Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning. Good evening, depending where you're watching this from. It's a pop-up show, I'm going to call it today. It's one of our lives. It's in anticipation and participation. We've got the one and only, my good friend, Mary Schaeffer joining me today. Mary, for anybody out there who does not know who you are, please introduce yourself.
So, hi, I'm Mary Schaeffer. I founded AP Now. In case you can't tell by my accent, I'm across the pond on the east coast of the United States, and I do everything related to accounts payable. I talk about it, I write about it, and now we even have a YouTube channel about it, which this will be on at some point.
We will get into all that detail. But look, Mary, so we have a little conference coming up, and
Yes.
I say little. We have 3 weeks and a bit counting, and you've agreed, as per last year, to be our keynote speaker, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we're so much looking forward. It's October the 17th, and I'll share some of that detail in a little while. But
Good.
So our audience know, I mean, last year you came along and you did a great keynote on areas such as fraud. You're doing something a little bit different this year.
Yes.
So can you just give us an overview or a bit of a highlight of what you're going to talk about this year?
So, I regularly put information together. Years ago, I would have said I was a writer, but now we share it in many different formats. And I do a lot of, as you know, speaking webinars, and as I said, the YouTube channel. And I was putting together some information, and I realized that, we all use best practices. Now, granted, everybody doesn't use all the best practices that I talk about, because you and I have the big advantage of not having to practice what we preach. We just get to preach it. And I realized there were certain things that people could do that would take their operation, be it accounts payable, payroll, accounting, to the next level. And I started making a list. I'm a great one for lists. And I realized I had like 8 different things. Now, 1 or 2 of them were specific to the US, so I won't be talking about them when I come over there, because nobody over there will care about it. But there are, as we've talked about, Jamie, many times, many things that we do in accounts payable, the same in the US, the same in the UK, other parts of Europe, Asia. We've all got the same problems. And so I put together this material about basically taking your accounts payable function one step beyond best practice. So I hope everybody is as enthralled with the information as I am. And I hope that people who come, I don't expect them to do, all 5 things I'm going to talk about, but I hope that they'll go home with at least 1 or 2 ideas that they can implement in their own operations so that they are more efficient and effective than they were before they came to the conference.
Yeah, look, Mary, look, I was an avid reader of yours from way back when. So when I started my AP career and I sort of progressed through, I was always looking for authors, experts, gurus. And at one point, the Mary Schaeffer book cropped up, and you're an award-winning author, number 1 seller in the world of payables. And a lot of that experience you've brought previously to a conference of ours or 2. You've been a speaker, on lots of different platforms. And this year, I think you and I spoke about, you really were very passionate that you wanted to educate. You wanted to help people, educate them, because and I know it is a challenge for people to get a day out of the office.
Oh, yes.
To come along where, let's be honest, the powers that be, the CFOs, the controllers, they see it as a day out. It is, and absolutely, it's peer-to-peer networking. It's a bit of jolly, a bit of fun, but actually, the more important, you learn. There's lots of education. And I think your talk this year, more than the ones you've done previously for us, because it's best practice, it's really delving into that detail. And that's why, I've already preempted a few of our influencers, Mary. I said, look, Mary's going to be talking about this. They're dead excited. But I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's the educational thing that we've got to cover down this year.
Right. I always want people, after they listen to a talk of mine, I like to give career advice and all that. But at the end of the day, if a company is either paying for you to attend this event or giving you a day off, they really want to know what's in it for the company. What are you going to learn that you can implement when you come back, so it will be worth the company's investment in time and money? And so I hope not only for my talk, because I've seen some of the other talks that you're planning, because you've been nice enough to share them. I hope people can go back to their office and they could say to their boss, okay, I learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that'll make us more efficient. And then they'll implement some of those ideas. And then next year, when they have the event next year, it'll be a much easier sell when you tell your boss, hey, I want to go. And your boss won't be looking at you saying, oh, well, this is just, a day off for you to go and, as my daughter likes to say, party hardy with your friends.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, I'll put a comment in here. So the lovely Gemma's watching us live because this is
Hi,
a
Gemma.
live stream. Hey,
Yeah.
Gemma. Gemma works at an organization in the UK, Tarmac, a really large organization. And she's been pivotal in the influencer group that we run alongside the association. She's one of the founder members, as such as yourself, Mary, and you know all the work that goes on in the background. The influencer community are really active. They try and support and grow the industry. And the wonderful thing this year is, the conference has grown every year.
Yes,
Let's
it
be honest.
has. Yes.
We struggled a couple of years ago and the world struggled, but it's grown each year. We're expecting well in excess of 400 people this year, which, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, to have all these people in a room. And when I try and explain to people, when I'm talking to a CFO and I'm saying, look, let your team go, they'll learn lots. When I'm trying to explain that when they're in that environment, the peer-to-peer networking is the most crucial part. They're learning from others. They're seeing that others are going through the same challenges. They've got the same issues. And like you said at the beginning of the talk, Mary, that yes, okay, we're across a pond between each other, but actually we are, there's a lot that we can share, which is our best practice. 90% of everything that happens in payables is the same. It's probably local taxes, legislation. That's the challenge that we face, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. So, I just put a question up for you. We're talking, you and I know what the influences are because we've been intimately involved with it for a long time, but we're going to be sharing this on a number of different platforms. And some of the folks who are listening to this may not know what the influencer community is. So you had a really neat idea when you came up with that. And maybe you could explain a little bit?
Yeah, okay. So that's a great point. I saw the chat then, Mary. It's probably two things at the same time. Yeah, look, the influencer community, let me give you a background what that is. So it stemmed out of people like Mary, people who are experienced, but not only experienced and learned their trade. They've been in the job, they've learned their trade, but they're willing to share their knowledge. And that's what the influencer community is all about. So if you're somebody that works within your own team and you're all about progressing them, you're trying to develop the individuals, you're trying to, let's be honest, go and tell your own organization about the hard work that you do, the challenges that you face, and actually why they should listen to you and follow your process, and why you should, you're trying to make the payables or the procure to pay process more effective and efficient. Then actually, in your own right, in your own organization, you are an influencer. Then if you take that to the next stage where you want to then go and influence the larger community, that's where the influencer community grew from. So people like Mary, people like Gemma, who's just joined, popped onto the live. These are individuals that not only influence their own organizations, but actually actively in other communities, whether that's on stage in community sort of events such as ours, or they do it online, or it could be something like, when we do LinkedIn posts, you comment, you share, you do things that actually you're trying to promote the industry and the profession that we sit in, which is the payables profession, but you're trying to actively encourage others to join, but actively try and promote people within. So the influencer community was created 5 years ago, actually now. It's grown again, and you know how active it is, Mary. And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't do without it now. It's a big steer group for us. We create our roadmap of what we think we should be doing for the future, and it's such a lovely community to be part of. Now, how they get involved is, I think this year we're going to be up against it in terms of time, as always. It's me that gets everything wrong. There's still time, I think, towards the end of this week to put yourself through for a nomination. You can self-nominate that you want to be part of that influencer community, and there's what we call a scorecard. So you go online, you take the scorecard, which is effectively a bunch of questions. You answer each question as honestly as you can, and then it gives you a score to say whether you are an influencer because you've hit a certain criteria. And then more importantly, it gives you guidance and advice, things that you can actively do, things that you can do in your own organization, things you can do outside of your organization to progress yourself. So if you've got time, you've got a few days left. If you think that you want to come and join myself, Mary, Gemma, and 100 plus other organizations and people within that community, you've got 3 or 4 days to try and get your nominations in.
And you know what? If you're listening to this after the fact, still go ahead and take that quiz. You'll see what you need to do so you can be nominated next year and get all the wonderful benefits Jamie gives you. And let me tell you, it's not as hard. You might be listening to this thinking, oh, not me, I couldn't. But you'd be surprised how little effort and time it takes. And you get your name out there, and it can't hurt you professionally.
And you know what, Mary, this year, because obviously every year we try and develop it. So the community, because we have people such as yourself over in the States, and we have people around Europe. We have, I think this year, from what I've seen this year, because it's not been announced, the new list, there's people in Asia, sort of APAC. And so there's a lot of people now are coming to the fore and sort of asking if they can join that community. So the scorecard is a really good balanced way of measuring people's influence or intending to be influential, involvement. But then the most important part is your activity and your participation. You and I know, Mary, because we run organizations, everything we do is about our community. We want you to actively get involved. We spearhead them. We sit at the front and we try and convince other people how great we are. But we need your community. We need you to join us, because the power is in the community. The power is in the we as me. We've got to really get our message out there. So Mary's absolutely right. There's still time, even if you're not watching this live, you're watching back on replay. Get yourself on. I should have a link somewhere. It's the AP Association website. So it's what you see in the bottom corner down there somewhere, apassociation.com. If you look under the events tab or the conference tab, you will see the scorecard there. Put your nomination in. You never know. And again, the other observation and promise from ourselves is, let's say you don't quite make it this year and there's some work to be done. All of our current influencers will be there to support you, to reach out to you, and then hopefully grow you to the next level. So it's worthwhile doing it anyway, no matter what level you are, because you can, one, benchmark yourself, but two, more importantly, get a community to support you as well.
Right. And that's how you and I met. I mean, we are very rarely in the same physical location, but we met through LinkedIn, and gradually the relationship grew.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And it's, I was speaking to a guy last week, actually, and he said, why build your network in transactional finance? For this very reason. Our friendship grew, and so did our expertise. We share stuff all the time. We've done lots and lots of stuff together, Mary. And, you absolutely been an inspiration to being a guru, but hopefully you learn from our community and vice versa.
I learned from you, and I learned from the community. And in fact, a lot of the information that I share, it comes from the community. It comes from people being willing to share what works for them.
That's it. And I think that's the thing where people get confused. They think that you and I sit there and we come up with all the rules. We come up with, we're the experts. We absolutely share what we've been given. So when an influencer or a community or somebody posts something, we absolutely then promote and put that out to the community. It's where the ideas come from, isn't it?
Right. And the community has some wonderful ideas. I mean, sometimes I'm looking at the comments people are sending me and I'm just in awe. I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. Of course, sometimes I'm in awe about some of the new frauds also. But that's another story.
Yeah. And again, so I know that because you're going to spend not only the day with us this year, Mary, at the conference, we're doing the gala dinner. So we're doing we've done awards for 5-6 years now, and they've progressed. They've got larger. We've had, off tape, I'll tell you how many, but we've doubled the amount of nominations this year for the awards. It is absolutely amazing, the amount of awards. And I think it's down because people really want to sort of dress up, put the tuxedo and the ball gown on. I don't know, but it's the first
no ball gown over here.
It is the first time we've done a gala dinner. So it's a big thing for us. I know, Mary, you're going to be a guest of honor and join us there. We may even collar you to give an award out, if you're willing to do
so.
Good.
I love to do that. I love to do that. No work and all the glory.
But you know what? We're so much looking forward. It's 3 weeks and counting, just a bit over 3 weeks.
Yes.
We are, unofficially, I'm not supposed to say, but we are sort of sold out. As always, we try and fit as many people as we can within
Yes.
legal or health and safety, wherever we possibly
There's
can.
always a few chairs pulled up in the back or another table squeezed in.
And you know what? I'm gonna post some of these comments now, Mary, because you'll laugh your head off. So here's
yes,
Gemma. Look, Jamie,
like
fall
that,
down.
Gemma.
Yeah. Listen, I'm still trying to get in the wedding outfits. I'm trying to fit in my tuxedo. I got married 24 years ago, so still trying to do that one. We've got the wonderful Mandy's coming across as well.
Mandy, hi.
She's flying across the pond. She's
Yes.
joining a panel actually this year. So
Good.
the wonderful Mandy's going to join a panel. We had a precursor of that last week. Can't wait to see Mandy. She's been a big supporter for many years. You've coached her, I've coached her, but she's coached us as well. So
she has a lot of great ideas and information to share. I'm glad she used to live about 10 miles from me, but we've got to go to London to get together, to England.
It's mad, isn't it? We've got the wonderful Samantha Ryan or Sam Ryan.
Good. Good.
If you talk about someone, Sam reminds me of yourself, Mary. She's very creative. Her blogs and her stuff she does on social media are amazing. She's working for a media company in the UK now. She works for ITV. So, I was expecting that call from Sam and say, look, Jamie, I want you on, ITV News. I want you to be the weather, the anchor.
I think the weather would be good. You know how I'm always complaining about the weather.
I can just tell you, the way it works in the UK, as Sam will tell you, you just literally tell it's raining every day, and on the odd day, we'll tell you if it's sunny. That's how it works. But you know what? We just can't wait. There's loads of people in the comments, but so the gala dinner, we have a sold out gala dinner. It's going to be phenomenal. Mary's going to join us for both the day and the night. Lots and lots of organizations, and as I say, we've had double the nominations this year.
That's
so
great.
It was a challenge last year to go through all the nominations, and for the panelists this year is even more difficult because there's only so many awards you can give out. And myself, Mary, I think everybody deserves an award, but you can't. So what can you do? Hey,
nothing. Just by entering, you deserve an award for doing that. I believe.
You know what? And look, I've got to post this one. Sam Ryan. So she works for ITV in the UK, Mary. We have a TV program, a television program called Coronation Street.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe a new character on Coronation Street? Sam, you're absolutely right.
Sounds good
I'd love
to
to
me.
be on. Yeah, you know what? I do none of the actual acting part. I just get the salaries. That's all I'd be interested in. But,
good.
I have a face. I have a face for radio, not for television. But look, all of the people that I've shown so far are coming along to the conference. It's absolutely going to be phenomenal. Mary, you're flying in. You're coming into London, aren't you? So
we're going to go into London, because there's a day flight out of Boston, which I hate sleeping on planes. Yes, so we're going to go into London. We'll spend a few days there, and then we'll take the train once again up to Birmingham on Monday. So
it's where it's all at. I mean, again, so look, it's welcome you. Thank you so much, Mary, for doing the keynote for ourselves. You'll be around all day, no doubt. So you'll be able to.
Thank you for inviting me. I always go back with lots of notes. I already have been taking notes on the comments people have been posting online.
Well, look, I mean, again, for me, it's I'm trying to do a few of these lives, pre-conference now. Usually because I'm trying to G everybody up and get those last few ticket sales. I think we're at the point where we're not necessarily need the ticket sales. What I want now is I want people to be aware of what either they're missing out on, but give us ideas, give us content, give us thoughts. The stuff that I'm seeing in here from the likes of Sam, I'm not going to share. And by the way, Sam, I'm not going to be the next Roy Cropper's best friend. And I'll explain. It's a private joke offline, Mary. They're all laughing. But yeah, it's absolutely going to be our pleasure and phenomenal to have you join us this year, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, because I love to come. And you always have a great group of attendees. And, I love seeing everybody.
No, it's going to be phenomenal. And as I say, look, and the thing is, if you can't attend for whatever reason, put yourself forward for some of the community stuff. Put yourself forward. We are going to launch during the conference. We're going to launch a new membership level. So the membership level will be very focused on individuals, because one of the challenges we've had, and you and I have spoken about this many, many times, Mary, is that some organizations don't support individuals and managers to go and get membership for them and their teams.
Right.
So we're
Right.
trying to address that this year with an individual membership, more of a professional membership. So that will be launching during the conference. So there'll be some details there. And the thing for us, very much like you do, Mary, is get the people involved in the cohort, get them in the community, get them
Right.
talking to their peers. Once you get that part, you feel part of something, you
Right.
then can develop. And then hopefully we can then support you to get your organizations to support you with your journey and your team journey.
Right. Right. It's lovely to be able to come to the conference, but not everybody is able to, either for financial reasons, travel reasons, date, a whole bunch of reasons. But being part of the community is also an important part of your professional development.
Lovely. Well, look, Mary, we'll finish it there. It was a pop-up shop, as they say. I just really wanted everybody, because we did it sort of late in the afternoon in the UK. I know it's early doors over in the States. I just wanted everybody to be aware the wonderful and the amazing Mary Schaeffer is a keynote for the APA conference. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. But if you want to get in part of the community, as Mary pointed out, jump onto the website, the apassociation.com. But more importantly, Mary, tell everybody about your association, your organization, AP Now. How do they get hold of you?
So AP Now, our website is, as we've, just like Jamie's, we have a dash in the middle. It's ap-now.com. Probably not the brightest choice to put the dash in, but that's a whole nother story. And we basically produce content related to the accounts payable and payment function. And we have paid memberships, I'm not going to lie, but we also have a free e-zine that goes out twice a week. You can sign up for it on the website. And we have a YouTube channel. And right now we have, I don't know, over 450 videos on the YouTube channel. We're going to put this one up there, but most of them are just educational, straight educational AP stuff. And so you can interact with us on YouTube. You can interact with me on LinkedIn. I love to connect with AP people or people who have responsibility for the accounts payable function, and just have a conversation and a community. So I thank everybody who, including Jamie, who supports us.
Do you know what, Mary? If there's one thing I would stress everybody to do, is jump onto your YouTube channel. You know, it is literally a treasure trove of just education. You want to know anything, go onto Mary's YouTube channel. You know, 400 videos, and they're not rubbish videos by any case. They're educational, every single one of them. Mary does pepper a little bit of fun in there as well, so there's some stuff
I try.
You do try, but I promise you, everybody we speak to, when they ask about any topic, we always say, have you looked at the videos by Mary Schaeffer? So anybody who's listening to this, go check out Mary's YouTube channel, which will then feed you into all the stuff that AP Now do as well. So look, we'll end it there, Mary. Thank you so much for today. Thank you for attending. Can't wait to see you live again in the 17th. Anybody who hasn't sort of checked it out, have a look down on the website below. And I'm going to be doing another live on Friday morning. So I'm going to do another live on Friday morning where we'll do a bit more of a deep dive into some of the other speakers and the content. But today it's the launch of Mary Schaeffer and the wonderful things she's going to bring to us on the 17th.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. And I can't wait to see everyone.
Lovely. Thanks all. And again, I'll speak to you all on Friday. Thanks, Mary.
Thanks.